Trust. It's that rare commodity that's required in every single relationship that we have, whether it's with fellow team members, fellow leaders, customers, vendors, whatever that relationship is, trust is required. And today we're going to talk about that in more detail. My name is Jeff Murphy. I'm the president and CEO of ECT Services. And we're continuing our business culture series today talking about trust. Now, we've all run into situations where we can't trust people because we've seen things happen or had things happen that made us mistrust people. I can think of lots of examples of that. But we all aspire to have a relationship where we build and develop trust because we know innately that that's very important. Now, why is that important? Well, I'm going to tell you why that's important. Trust leads to growth. And how we know this is that when there's a good relationship that has trust in it, we see successful things happen in that, whether you're talking about a marriage, whether you're talking about, again, business relationships, a team that trusts each other, play much better together, whether it's a football team, basketball team, whatever. You can think of 1,000 different examples where you can tell when teammates, fellow leaders, mates, partners, when they trust each other, you can just see and tell because of the fruits of what happens and the success of what happens out of that relationship. I was reminded by a clinical psychologist years ago of a couple things related to trust to help us in some team building that we were doing some time ago. And what he shared with us is that communication leads to openness, which leads to trust, which leads to growth. So we've remembered this little equation, COTG, communication, which means let's talk about what's going on. Let's share information as soon as we can, when it's appropriate, when it makes sense. Let's share the right kind of communication that sets good expectations. And what that does is that develops openness from the other parties in the group that, oh, they're sharing with me, so I'm going to start sharing with them. And once you start communicating back and forth and then developing that openness to where everything's transparent and it's really positive, that is what really leads to trust. It's really all about trust when it comes to teams and relationships. And I know in our business at ECT, it has been paramount to our success.